Welcome back. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different, but kind of the same. Now, let's stare at it. When I got the opportunity to purchase this Ninja for $200, I was like, yeah, let's record it and see how it goes. As you watch the video, I will talk about what it actually took to get this bike roadworthy. So let's get started. The bike I purchased is a 2013 Kawasaki Ninja 300 non-ABS. It has 18,000-ish miles and honestly not the best shape and has been around the block a few times. But regardless, I thought this would be a great little project bike that anyone could do. The reason I got the bike for $200 is because it had a blown engine. The annoying part was that the bike would actually run, but you would just be able to see the bottom of the piston. This is where everything gets real world. I bought the bike in September of 2021 and started very slowly taking everything apart to swap the engine. It took 4 months. I bet you're like, 4 months? It's a Ninja 300, it's so simple. Yes, you are right, but I told you, I'm an average guy. I work second shift in a factory in my town, so I would have to do it all on the side before or after work. Most of the time I would do it after work, since my children would always want to play in the mornings and I can't say no to them because I kinda love being with them. Weird. Anytime I would work on it, it would be at like 1 hour spurts, and honestly 80% of that time the kids, my wife, or car warranty telemarketer would interrupt, so you could imagine the frustration one would get while trying to do something new like swap a motorcycle engine. So finally in January of 2022 I purchased a used engine from a salvage yard and actually drove an hour and a half to get it in middle of effing nowhere before work. Once I had the engine, I gave myself 2 weeks to put it in. Since the warranty was only 30 days and I didn't want to have a $950 paperweight when I already had a $200 one. When I finally got the engine in, I just connected the things it needed to run so I could test it. I know on the video it may look like everything was an easy connection or alignment, but no it wasn't. Literally the scene where I'm putting the new engine in, I'm just talking on the phone with my best friend and my oldest son just wants to help out. I can't really do anything because he's 7 years old. I'm trying to be a loving father who doesn't want to end up being the hold the flashlight meme while yelling at my son. Side note, as I am recording this, it's like my 8th take because my oldest is practicing casting his new fishing setup and bird nesting the heck out of it and throwing it in the only brush pile in the whole cul-de-sac. No joke, true story. So after all of that, the engine was turned on and it actually ran. The sound you will hear is the actual first try. And if you will notice by the sound, it runs, but something's amiss. You're right. I did a triple check and still forgot to connect one of the spark plugs. After fixing the main issue, I moved on to everything else. Obviously, I don't want to put any more money than needed into this bike, so everything that I could take off and clean to the best of my good enough ability, I did. I bled the brakes, cleaned the rusty chain and sprockets, flushed the radiator, changed the oil. Then the other bigger jobs were fork seals and steering bearings. Before I would trust it with me or my wife, I had to replace them, which I did. And if you guys want, I can put a separate video of how I did the seals. It's not professional by any means, but you will be able to replace your fork seals. Let me know if you want that. All of this was fixed and put together and taken out on its maiden voyage. It did well, but you knew it was a cheap Ninja 300. I was quite happy that I actually got the bike to this point, and I would have drove it to Cali and back. So I would have to say to anyone that would like to do anything like this to go for it, because in the end the Ninja is a super old technology and shouldn't give you much trouble to rebuild. Don't get me wrong, I love leader bikes, but there is something of maxing out a small CC bike that will definitely put a smile on your face. Now enjoy the rest of the video, and at the end I will give you my totals. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Now for some totals. The bike itself cost $200. Registration, I think, was about $80. Used engine with about 5,000 miles was $950. Oil and filter was $20. Air filter was $20. Seals, fork oil, and everything else that I needed, like a fork seal driver. I bought a universal one. Didn't do the job. That ran me about $99. Steering stem bearings, those were $40.56. Clutch cable, low strip for random stuff, like a pipe to drive the bearings in. That cost me about $20. I'm sure there are a few little things I'm missing, but overall, this bike has ran me about $1,449.56, and that's not bad. The last thing is time. It took 8 months from start to finish, and honestly, there's still more work to be done to make the bike even better. So next time you see a good deal, just be mindful of that. Just because it's a good deal doesn't mean that it's going to be a quick fix. Till next time, have a good one.